Hello and welcome to this video. We are continuing our tutorial series and today we are going to discuss is filtered and has one value. So let us see how these things work. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a couple of measures. So let's create a couple of measures first of all. So we say new measure and let's call is filtered and we are going to use is filtered. So there is a function is filtered and then we are going to take item brand into this one. Okay, done. We'll create one more which is has one value. This we'll call as has one value. There's a function has one value. We are going to use that and again we are going to use it at item brand. Now what we are going to do, we are going to take two cards, card 1 and card 2. Now we'll put both of them there. So has one value and is filtered and both are false. So right now the brand is not available, it is not selected, so there is no values and it is false now. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to put a filter of brand on the page. So let's take brand. Okay, drag it here. Now we have put brand filter. Now let's click on this. Both are true, so it has one value, it is filtered also. Now let's press Ctrl. Now when it has two values, this is true and this is false. Okay, so now how do we use it? So what we are going to do is, sometime you may be having a question that if nothing is selected, means at least one value is selected, then only you are going to take certain action. Or there are cases when you only want one value, then you want to do some action. So let's create one more measure. So this measure we are going to give the count, but we are going to return the count. So let's first of all take item.count. So we will call as brand count. We're going to take the brand count, not item count, and let's say they call this as distinct count of item brand. Okay, now take one more card and we created this as a measure, I think measure 4. Let's see, is this is the measure? No, this is not the measure. Item count or brand count. Brand count. Let's try to replace. So brand count is 2. Let's remove everything. So what is the brand count which is coming right now is 124. Now we have not selected anything. When it is false, so if we want it to be 0, so if we want brand count to be 0 when nothing is selected, so we'll go here to the brand count and we will call it if is filtered item brand then distinct count, else we can take 0. Now it has become 0. So now what happens? We select it one by one, and once we select it one by one, we will get it more values. But this has become false. Now this can also be used when we only want one value. So we can check only there is one value. So that kind of scenario we can use it. So try these functions out. These are pretty helpful. There are conditions where you need to check whether a particular item is filtered or not, especially when you create color measure. So you need to check whether that particular item is filtered, or when you create measure slicer. So in case of measure slicer, we don't want more than one value. We cannot change more than one measure in case of measure slicer. So we need to check it has only one value. Otherwise we can take a default value. If it is not filtered, we can again take a default value. So in that kind of scenario, you can actually go ahead and use this. So try these out. Let us know what else you want to see. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notification for new videos. Thank you.